July 1998, the final minute of a World Cup quarterfinal between the Netherlands and Argentina. The score is tied at 1, and the match is hurtling toward extra time. A 60-yard pass comes dropping out of the night sky. Dutch striker Dennis Bergkamp takes exactly 3 touches. The first touch kills the ball dead. The second threads it through the legs of defender Roberto Ayala. The third volleys it into the net. Years later, Ayala admitted he had watched the replay countless times and still couldn't identify his own mistake. To understand why that goal matters, you have to look at the rigid tactical binary of 1990s football. Teams were neatly divided into creators and destroyers. Midfield playmakers were tasked with passing, while center forwards were expected to be massive, highly physical target men who only cared about scoring. Curious, deliberate. Then there was Dennis Bergkamp. He was a world-class striker who openly told the press he derived far more pleasure from designing an assist than he did from scoring a goal himself. By rejecting the duties of a traditional center forward, he operated in the invisible pockets of the pitch. He used geometry and timing to dismantle defenses that were built purely for physical combat. This tactical board shows the rigid 3-4-3 formation used at Ajax. It illustrates total football, where players fluidly swap roles. Coaches forced Bergkamp to play as a defender. Standing in the backline, he learned how center backs process the field, identifying their blind spots. When legendary manager Johan Cruyff gave Bergkamp his professional debut at age 17, that spatial education paid off. He quickly became the top scorer in the Dutch league for 3 consecutive years, simply by drifting into the pockets of space defenders couldn't see. But in 1993, he transferred to Inter Milan, trading the fluid geometry of Holland for the world's most rigid and unforgiving defensive ecosystem. Mastering open space in Holland left him entirely unprepared for an Italian league explicitly engineered to ensure that attacking space did not exist. Italian defenses relied on catenaccio, or door bolt. It was a claustrophobic, man-marking style of play that routinely battered, isolated, and suffocated creative forwards. Inter Milan's manager deployed Bergkamp in a disjointed front 3. Surrounded by 3 or 4 aggressive defenders at all times, his connection to the midfield playmakers was completely severed. He managed just 11 league goals in 2 years. The Italian press weaponized his quiet, introverted nature, accusing him of apathy. One publication renamed their worst performance award to Bergkamp of the Week. Looking for an exit, Bergkamp signed with Arsenal in 1995. At the time, the club was infamous for a grinding, low-scoring style that fans routinely mocked as boring Arsenal. His failure in Italy proved a harsh mechanical truth about the sport. Technical brilliance is useless if the team's structural design isolates that player from the flow of the ball. In 1996, Arsenal appointed Arsene Wenger as manager. Wenger immediately recognized Bergkamp's spatial intellect, mandating the club's entire attacking structure be built around it. This diagram demonstrates the false 9 role. A center forward drops deep into the midfield, baiting opposing center backs to follow and breaking their defensive lines. This creates a vacuum. Wide-running teammates sprint directly into the vacated gaps, receiving the ball entirely unmarked. Wenger noted that Bergkamp needed fewer touches to score than anyone else. He used his first touch as immediate, pre-calculated offense, positioning himself for a finish before the defense could reset. Against Newcastle United in 2002, he received a pass with his back to the goal. With a single pirouette touch, he controlled the ball, mapped defender Nikos Stebizis' momentum, and spun around him. Under Wenger's system, Bergkamp turned the first touch into a devastating tactical weapon, breaking highly organized defensive lines instantly. The mathematical result of the Wenger-Bergkamp partnership was staggering. Arsenal won 3 Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups, and completed the 2004 domestic season completely undefeated, a feat earning them the title of the Invincibles. Bergkamp achieved all of this despite a severe phobia of flying. His absolute refusal to board a plane meant he regularly missed European away matches, yet his structural importance to the team never diminished. While physically grounded, he intellectually elevated the club. He permanently dragged Arsenal out of their defensive, low-scoring culture and replaced it with a style of pioneering attacking flair. By the time he retired, he had proven to the English Premier League that pure physical aggression could be systematically dismantled by elite spatial intelligence. Great football players master the ball at their feet. Revolutionary players master the empty space around it.